Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the EU Historical Rules event in a condensed form. So with that being said, we have two beautiful South Mountain Conquest battlefields. The first one being Rocky Slopes, and then our second map here being Log Cabin. You're seeing an overview of both of those maps right now. In terms of our event teams, we have on the CSA, 2nd Corps, Lee's French Legion, 18th Arkansas, 20th Georgia, 13th Georgia, Jackson's Division, Shenandoah Regulars, Hood's Division, and the Jenkins Brigade. Whereas on the Union side, we have ANV, 2nd U.S., 15th Wisconsin, 1st U.S. Sharpshooters, 6th Alabama, 4th PA, 4th New Jersey, and 9th Corps. With that being said, thank you to our Patreons for supporting the channel. If you want to support, go to the description and hit the link there. And with that being said, I hope you enjoy this broadcast. So we can see both teams, for the most part, are gunning it for this B point here in the center. Confederates have a nice artillery position. In terms of that, we have the LFL. They are the ones in charge of that cannon. So we have Jenkins Brigade and 2nd U.S. engaging close on these rocks here. They are the first ones to arrive. U.S. is going to have an advantage, though, trying to cap. And you can see the rest of their team has started to move down this hill. Very cinematic here as the whole Union team is moving down this hill to the B point. Quickly looking at the Confederate side, though. They've kind of gathered up on this fence here. They're also volleying from a distance. They don't want to engage the CSA too aggressively. They want their artillery to rain loose here, and you can see that's exactly what they're doing. They have aimed their guns right on the point of contention to prevent capping, and Union's going to move in here to try to stop this. 6 Alabama looks like they're going to be the ones to move up here to stop their artillery. There's a lot of artillerymen here for the CSA. We saw CSA outnumbering Union, and that really shows there. Union has some artillery in the distance, not a whole lot here. But as of now, Union is capping this middle point, and it looks like they're going to be able to do so pretty quickly. In terms of other points, you see C's in the distance on the far right side, A's on the far left side. Both teams have not moved out at all to try to get those. They're just fighting over this B point. Maybe that's what's happening here. A and V is shifting over the left side with 6 AL to take shots at the Confederate artillery. I wonder if they're just fighting over the B point. That could be it. I screwed up the event time when this started, so I sprung up on this. So that might be the case that they're just fighting over B, which honestly is fair.
It is, yeah.
All right, thank you, Kayder.
Let's count A or C.
There we go. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It'll make combat a lot more exciting instead of mostly just running around that we see in the normal conquest game mode. So LFL trying to defend their artillery the best, but unfortunately for them, A and V is just going straight through.
Hey, no, you little piece of shit. Oh my god. The fuck?
Trying to return his shot there. Was able to do that. In the center here, you see 14th LA, HD. You see some JD, a couple guys, but they're in here. They pretty much won over the point. We can see Schumacher here, Tagre, and Greves. They are decapping that center point. A lot of the CSA, 13th Georgia, has moved up on the far left side here. You see B has now been neutralized. They're going to take this nice rock position that should be very beautiful artillery shot by the Union there. Leaded, but that could be a huge ticket drain for the CSA if USA has good shots. We see a multitude of Union forces surrounding this flagpole. They can't decap unless he's in skirmishing. He's barely in skirmishing with those 3 guys. But Union slowly getting more men down to the center. You can see more of them moving this way. 15th Wisconsin. I see some 9th Corps tags. Pushing in to the B point. It looks like Union's going to be able to decap this point, which is kind of huge for them. Start decapping. I don't know if they'll be able to raise it. They do have a flag there, but again, they're being shot at from numerous angles from the CSA. We have more Union pouring into the center here. 6 ALB has been decapped. CSA has taken a ticket lead. They've kind of taken over control of this battlefield, and you can see 20th Georgia charging in here, getting a volley very close on the Union. What is happening to this guy's head? He was kind of shaking there for a minute, but that should be stopped momentarily. On top of that, we see 13th Georgia moving in, and 13th Georgia is gonna just sweep the Union out of here. Union's almost at engage. 4th New Jersey has shifted further left of the caissons, probably to secure their flank, because we do see a couple Confederates moving off to the far right. 18th Arkansas, they're doing a little trolling, as they say, and the Confederates have recapped the B point. Union's got to respond at some point. And here we go. 2nd U.S. That is the big thing about these historical rules event, is that they don't have a steam chat of the sorts. So regiments have to communicate in-game with their other regiments, or they got to do something, and their friendlies have to respond accordingly. So it's kind of tight here. They could somehow fit in this little crevice here. As of now, Confederates barely held, but they won't be able to hold any longer after 15th Wisconsin wipes them on the point. That's the thing with falling back from that position. Right side pushing very deep into the Confederate heartland. We have the 6th Alabama.
Oh no, there's just no one near that small.
Press it out into the line.
They are going to get some nice flanking shots here on the Confederate position. Pushing up to this Union position, they're going to take a volley here. That was more like an independent volley. You see some 14th LA guys assisting in, and now these Confederates are going to charge the Union position. I see an HD officer, probably just artillery. You see more Confederates on the left side on those rocks. Our officer is on the caisson. More Union pouring in, however. Confederates did not have enough manpower. A and V is going to be able to hold this. Not terribly surprised. And now, Confederates are starting to move up to the center rock here. 20th Georgia leading this assault on the rocks. 15th Wisconsin was going to the rocks, but now they're pulling up the hill, forming a skirmishing line. Looks like they're going to take some shots. So, 20th Georgia on the rocks here. They're going to have some nice shots here. But pushing on the far right side of this map. We do have 13th Georgia, so we saw 6 Alabama be aggressive, and I think that's this group that is pushing up here. Yep, 6 Alabama. They're going to push up, and they're going to wipe 20th Georgia. So, a heck of a job by 6 Alabama's part, coming out of nowhere. On the other hand, 13th Georgia is going through the corner to the Union. Holy crap. What an artillery shot by the Confederates there. That'll definitely distract A and V, as 13th Georgia is now going to come up and get some beautiful shots. Beautiful job by 13th Georgia here. With that surprise attack. Will they prevail, though? I don't think so. There's a lot of Union. There's a lot of Union. I mean, 13th Georgia is still sizable, though. Nothing happening really on the point. Union still having firm control of this. But you can hear the officer saying, don't vault over, because it takes so long to do so. I mean, you can see some of these guys hopping over. It just takes ages. 4th New Jersey now in. They're going to push in. Will they wipe the west of the 13th, though? We shall see.
How many stabs it takes you to realize to jump over?
What the heck was that sound? Confederates almost down to taking losses. Union has caught back up. They've had the flag for a hot minute, so Confederates are going to have to charge up at some point with their whole team. I mean, a lot of the Union is decently far away. And speaking of that, here they come. Union not even going to try to waste the tickets. Confederates are just going to charge up to this flagpole. and they're gonna get a lot of nice juicy kills. What is happening with this man? There we go. They fixed that. So the Union, kind of not responding. I mean, Union's still holding back. Maybe Union's thinking they're up a lot of tickets. But still, this is what the Confederates needed at this point in the game. Shots moving into their right. 4th New Jersey. 4th New Jersey's not stopping, though. They're going. You can see fighting, engaging over near the point. A lot of Confederates on that flag, trying to defend for the man who is raising that flag. And 4th New Jersey's holding. They could charge these guys out, get some nice juicy kills. I mean, that's the thing with artillery. Looks like they're just going to hold, though, and take shots. Confederates will take that middle point, though, which is huge for them. Confederate artillery putting in the work. A&V charge. A&V is pushing over to the middle. On top of that, we have more Union on the other side of the map. 15th Wisconsin, they are charging in. Are they going to stop? This one man, yep, they're going to start the decap. A&V coming in the distance, though. You can see 4th New Jersey on the... I think that was 4th New Jersey. Crap. One of the 4ths is on the artillery there, guarding the flank for these Union guys as they come in and take shots at the Confederates.
Light them up. They don't have shots, boys. Shoot them up. Shoot them up.
Yeah, they're getting very close taking shots. Unfortunately, though, Confederates, most of them are being protected by these rocks. I'm surprised those Union guys aren't charging in. But there's a lot more Union charging in from the top here. Is there more charging in over on the left side? No, we have Confederates, though. They've come in to reinforce. B has been neutralized by the Union. Union slowly capping. A and V is now charging in here on the rocks. More Confederates still shooting in the distance. Union's trying to cap. You can see those flag bearers, but they're just getting shot up. A and V is decisively winning this charge. So A&V is going to try to reform. Wow. So that point is going to stay decapped for a while. Oh, never mind. Who capped it? Disco Matty. What a G. So Union has retaken the point. Race Confederates are going to hit breaking. I mean, who is this regiment? 13th Georgia. If they get wiped here, CSA will very easily go down to breaking, and Union's going to have a secure lead off this map. And we can just see this awesome angle here. The glorious beauty of War of Rights, even on the lowest of settings. Absolutely crazy. So what is the CSA going to do to respond? It is very tight. The closest Union group to the 13th Georgia we see up on the right side is the 4th PA, and now 4th PA is going to take some shots at the 13th Georgia, trying to move down the road. On the top of the road, who's also taking shots, you see the 1st U.S. sharpshooters. 13th Georgia veering off the road because they're getting pincered hard. And it looks like 13th is going to take shots at the 4th PA, who's in the woods. We're doing good. We're in the middle of the first round. The round's almost done. So if you'd like to announce the end of this with me, it's very tight here on Conquest.
Oh my God, it is very tight. CSA is now going into the Union line. Unfortunately, they're all dropping like flies, rolling down the hill. Another Union line is coming in to support. Goodness God.
Yeah.
Oh, this is contention, right? It is.
No, this is Conquest. They're just fighting over the V point in the middle here. A and C do not matter.
Classic.
So,
oh my gosh.
CSA is about to hit last stand. Union's almost at breaking.
Yeah, you know, I mean, given it doesn't take me more than 2 minutes to see that this is going to be quite decisive for Union right here.
Yeah, there we go. They hit last stand.
Yeah. Doesn't mean CSA can't give them one hell of a fight. Another Union line is going to charge in there. They have one up in reserves on top of the hill. And CSA is now charging uphill. I think, who is that? LT?
Lee's French Legion leading the way.
Les Français ici. Okay. Here we go.
So, A and V, a couple of those tags. It's a mix of tags. 4th New Jersey here as well, trying to hold the point from LFL, who's also joining 2nd Corps and JD.
Is that Liege Français Legion?
See,
LFL?
I don't know what yes is in French.
Oh my gosh.
Union hit breaking. I mean, if Confederates could just hold this point for, I don't know, like 5-ish minutes and then force a draw. I mean, CSA still have the point.
Yeah, they do. I think, not sure why actually. Do they know, like, the guy who was taking it down got shot, or?
Probably. They said behind us. Oh, there might be a couple of Union guys coming this way.
Yeah, just a little bit. A couple of them are in a nice, neat, orderly line. A couple of them are just going in.
15th Wisconsin here.
Oh yeah, Lucien leading the way into the rear of the 13th Georgia. Oh my God. It's going to be a massacre for that CSA line. 13th Georgia goes down admirably. Down with the ship. As Union now coming in full force down the hill. Union on top of that hill. Seems like one group is charging in, one is holding back. The Legion Français Legion is going in. The LFL.
They're gonna win this game.
I think that's the wrong nationality of Banzai. They're saying the French Legion is. Oh! Very nice.
Yeah, the LFL artillery is popping off.
Oh my gosh, they sieged control of a Union cannon. And now they're using it against them. Oh my God. Unless that's Union artillery.
That's
on the
Confederate
left there.
artillery
No, that's...
spawn to the left.
Oh,
up on the hill,
wow.
that was Union artillery. It's weird.
Interesting.
So Confederates doing this last ditch effort.
Yeah, not so much less of a last stand than it is a last charge. But they're holding out. The officer gets stabbed by 4 Union guys at once.
None left for us. The music, please. The music.
A second or third, fourth shot coming from the Union, but the first shot hits the officer. Dang. USA secures the
Fight the
field
round.
there.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, Kayder, did you want to say any thoughts on the round, being CSA? FuseWall, you got any thoughts for the few moments you saw?
Man, I think from what I could tell in those few minutes, I think fuse times are definitely a big thing we need to work on for CSA. Oh, that would have been so close. Nothing much really. Yeah, it looked like a good round. Kind of close, I guess.
Wow, a lot of casualties. Crazy. And with that being said, we'll see.
Oh
you
my
in the
God.
round. It is a thing, but
Mortars.
I mean,
Mortars?
you could call it that. Oh, I forgot the name. Anyways, Union
Something
moving
like
through the
that.
corn. True Nebraskans themselves.
Yeah, they're moving through the corn to indeed get out of the corn. CSA is just going for that stone wall immediately. They're actually going to take it. However, Union also has their own little defensive position right there. Oh, shots have been... Okay, now they noticed them.
So some of the Union going this way. On the other hand, most of the Union just trying to flank around. Confederates moving in to stop, but Union gets this corner first.
Shots are being exchanged wildly left and right. There's a
smoke.
CSA line in the woods holding him in reserve. There's a guy going up with his rifle butt trying to stab him.
Jeez Louise, it's so hard to tell.
CSA goes into the corn actually to try and flank. More Union reserves are actually pulling in. This is going to be a bloody fight for sure. God, this is exciting.
Yeah, Union's going to win on this right side. They kind of overwhelmed the Confederates, though. They do have the stone wall. They do have a group on the far right here. It is 2nd Corps. They're holding really far away. They need to get a group on this side here, or else Union's just going to be able to flank them on the point. Holding on the point is 13th Georgia. Poor Kayder is trying to raise this flag, but he dies.
CSA has to realize this is a stalling maneuver by the Union on that stone wall to get the guys from the fence over here. More CSA reserves are being pulled on that left flank to the south, trying to get flanking shots, but LFL, the French Legion, isn't going to get very good shots with this other company in the way. They're hopping over.
Ah, they are. I like it. They're going to try to sweep the Union out of this right side. Have the Union, yes, they have. They started moving in on this right side.
Oh, yeah, at this point, it's going to be a push and pull match over this stone wall. Union is actually going to possibly lose their flag here, which is not going to be good. But so is CSA on that point. They're going to try to reclaim it.
A lot of CSA.
Oh, wow.
There's still a lot of Union in that corner. They're starting to move down this way.
Yeah, some CSAs charging in. Some French boys are charging in. However, more Union boys are indeed coming into that stone wall on the right side. A lot of them are reloading, though.
Jeez Louise. So much close fighting here over this stone wall.
Oh, crap. This is definitely going to be one hell of a fight. No Union has gone over the stone wall just yet, but CSA is most likely sent to every depth to Jesus over here.
So I like this. They're going up and over at the side, not directly in front of the CSA, and now they're going to charge in.
Yeah, I think Union is actually going to claim victory here. I mean, the numbers are just too overwhelming, and they will take this point. I think the ticket losses should be nearing engaged here soon. That's about 100 CSA dead, around 100 for the Union.
And Union
CSA
prevail.
gets pushed out, yeah.
So Confederate's almost halfway down to engage. Union's about 1/4 of the way down. Who's shooting over here? We do have some Union moving this way. It is 6AL with 1st USS and 4th CA. Shooting at them is the 20th Georgia, and the Union has capped the B point.
Out most of that, I think, who was it? HD.
Yeah. 20th GA trying to reinforce, but there's a lot of more Union here.
But they're going to inflict. This is going to be worse off for them. You cannot charge positions just for the fun of it when they have the point, because now they're going to be closer and closer to engaged here. Oh, it's a massacre. Shots going off left and right, and 20th Georgia will be sent down.
Jumbo is still jumboing, though. Oh, he just...
Oh, Jesus. Whole CSA group, about 50 guys are moving through the corn as we speak. French Legion is now moving in. However, Union is prepared for them.
And Confederates go down to engage. You can hear the huzzas.
There's the engaged going on. Union shooting wildly into the corn as they know CSA is somewhere around there. They're taking shots, but so is CSA at this point. We got point blank fighting here over this road. CSA actually gets taken down heavily in numbers on that left side.
It really does feel like the Union is just overwhelming the Confederates on all fronts. Union shifting further right because you can see the Confederates are just trying to outflank so they can hop up and over. I like to see that from the Confederates because with that whole vaulting update, I mean, that's just huge.
It definitely makes it harder, and that's why they're going through the corn. There's not really much vaulting over that little stone rocks, but getting over that fence is going to be hard, and Union claiming that position is, there's like a Union vigilante group just having a coffee break over in the distance.
That is the Union spawn for this match.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're there. Maybe 13th is trying to cut them off, but...
15 Wisconsin, now actually about 30 feet from CSA spawn. They're possibly going to get overwhelmed here and lose a flag. This is going to possibly put the Union out of position. Down guys if CSA wins this charge, which they most likely will.
More and more LFL pushing in. LFL kind of barely alive with 20th Georgia coming in and finishing them off. Something interesting.
They're going to try to sweep these smaller companies over here. Try to get some tickets. They have indeed been spotted. CSA is actually going to form a line here. As they keep taking shots, I really don't like this. This just hurts them a lot more. Now they're charging in.
And the 2nd U.S. is falling back with the CSA force moving in mass, 13th Georgia, and it looks like they're just going to get away in the nick of time.
Oh yeah, all of them too. No casualties taken from the Union. More CSA losses as they're just about to hit taking losses. The L formation still holds strong. CSA has abandoned that corn though. I think that's pretty alright. There's another charge going on here.
Yeah, LFL and 20th pulled off to try to hit these guys, and it looks like they got a decent amount of them, I think.
To me, this just seems like total Union domination. I mean, CSA did have a good foothold on the point. Unfortunately, unable to get their flags up, but right now, 2-1 almost. I mean,
it's
HD going through the corn now. Actually going to return shots on that snake fence to the southwest. They're actually going to push out through the corn.
Confederates are taking losses.
Puffin trying to hold the line, ran out of bullets in his pistol. Hazard still pouring in shots. They're actually going to go up and over on their side of the snake fence. Union charging in. They're going to break the formation to do this.
And it looks like they will wipe that pretty easily.
Easily taken care of. 15 Wisconsin falling back to their Union line on the stone wall, further increasing the L shape.
Start moving down this side of the wall.
20th Georgia will actually move in, possibly wipe these guys out. Half of them were reloading by the time they got there, and well, the U.S. sharpshooters will indeed pull back. Oh, but more Union are actually coming in to respond. However, they are indeed hesitant, and they pull back as well.
Yeah, Second Corps is pushing in at the perfect time, so once 4th New Jersey and 1st Mass start pushing this way, they have to fall back because they're going to get hit from two sides, and they're forming on those rocks. Shifting further left as well, 6th Alabama and 4th PA. A lot of Confederates on this left side, not so many Union.
Wait a minute, where do they have that cannon pushed up over there in the woods? This could possibly turn the tide. It might be a little, too little too late, but if they do indeed have a cannon up here, you could take out the L formation and just make it an I. It's just make it a little down. We'll have to see. You get pretty good shots from that snake fence.
2nd U.S. repositioning, probably getting some respawn. 20th Georgia starting to use the snake fence here. They're taking shots at the Union on the rock. Union's getting there to engage.
Shoot them as they are bare. They will fall back after this. Guerrilla tactics being employed here. They do take down that flag. Ooh, Union charging across the open field now. Trying to get to that snake fence.
So they're trying to push across, but little do they realize. I don't know if they realize, but...
Well, now they surely will.
So perfectly timed charge there by the 20th to pretty much wipe this 4th New Jersey group.
A one-sided game. I was going to say from start to finish, but not so much from even the start, but a little bit after. The French Legion will actually, is sick and tired of this. They are pushing up to that fence line, getting an attack going to maybe get some aggressive maneuvering going, and Union hits engaged.
This is what the CSA should have been doing earlier, in my mind. But this would be a perfect time for these guys to push down, and they're slowly starting to.
Yeah, I think Union is actually faltering their position here. They're fumbling around. They still have that big Union line in the center of that field. I think now is the time for CSA to attack here. The French Legion still has most of their men on that fence right there, and they will be able to hold strongly, but not for long. Surely not for long.
You would hope. I mean, yeah, they're all falling back, but pulling off here, they're gonna pull up to the stone wall with the 15th Wisconsin to hit 20th and this other CSA group that's moving to the left.
20th Georgia will have to remake their wills to their next of kin right here as they all just go down with 4 guys left. Jimbo.
How did they all survive? More CSA, HD.
Oh, HD taking the opportune time to charge. HD now going in. A&V doesn't have most of their loads. They just put them into 20th Georgia right now. But Union will win this charge, but they got taken by surprise there.
More CSA trying to push it behind the church. 2nd Corps here.
This is going to be unfortunately unwinnable for CSA as they're just trying everything they can to make some sort of offensive, but There definitely seems to be, I don't know, maybe a lack of coordination here. I don't know what I'm seeing.
I will say, I don't know if you know FuseWall, but they don't use Steam chats. This is all just in-game. So that is why you see these kind of more sporadic charges on a larger area like this.
So they do have to send maybe runners or something. I don't know if they use that.
Yeah, they do.
As they do in some of the Maryland campaigns where they don't have that. Yeah, the French Legion will get absolutely taken down on this fence line here, though.
Oh, his ragdoll was...
I don't know what that shake... I've seen it so much, and some people just wobble. Like, they do like this little jiggle when they're either reloading or standing still. It's so weird.
It is so weird. Yeah, you know, that's actually how they reloaded back in the day. They did that wiggle wiggle.
Yeah. They trained them that because that's how you dodge shots easier. Nobody's like yelling.
A and B's being smart with this. They aren't yelling or anything.
They have charged us in behind on chargé on the yak. And they come the French Legion.
Does Famas know that he's being charged out in the rear?
He did call it out, but they're just running back to reinforcements, possibly. They're calling out, don't charge. But some of them are indeed turning around, trying to bide time. They will turn around and engage.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Vive la France.
Vive la France!
Thought you would use that in the American Civil War.
Failing a last stand by the CSA. This or British. Messieurs, they are indeed charging. This is second corps as they go down in the corn. It's going to be the entire Union line corded, absolutely demolishing. CSA actually holding off that charge.
Yeah, they might be able to win this game, you know. They can knock them down a whole couple stages.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. 4th PA, the glorious 4th PA, now charging in to try and save this game from a Union loss.
I don't know, man. They got the flag. Oh, what a shot.
It's going to be close. They're spawning guys in. Oh, but the flag falls back.
Oh, a beautiful looking flag.
This is actually a morale boost to the CSA as they can now see the flag waving high and tied. It's actually the only guy that's going to be able to make it out of all of this. I don't know how this game isn't over, to be honest. Mace.
Really? We got the last
May, Mikko, and Mace, the three M&Ms, do take each other down.
FuseWall, your thoughts of the round?
Oh boy, thoughts. More than thoughts right now. This is... I don't want to say disappointing because, you know, CSA did try all their best, but I can't help but feel this empty feeling in my gut. Not because I'm a CSA officer, not that, but man, that was really brutal to watch. And honestly, hats off to the Union. They had complete control of that game, complete control, and well, they took the CSA to task there. Hats off to them.